Hi, Derek Johnson with Tatango.com here. I was speaking the other day to a friend, and we were talking about how popular text message marketing has become, and it continues to become more popular. But the question was very interesting that I received is, while it is popular, why is it not more popular? And that kind of caught me by surprise, and it made me think. And I want to address this on video to not only kind of explain where the industry is, but maybe some of the things that are holding back the industry and whether those things are good or bad. So I made a list, and I really think it comes down to complexity and cost for text message marketing that's really holding it back. Now, as you'll see as I go through these, I don't think these things are negative, even though it kind of holds the industry back, because as you'll see, it prevents people from things like text message spam, which no one wants. So I made a list here. It's only a few. The first one is complexity. And there's two parts of this for the complexity that make it really hard for businesses to get into text message marketing compared to maybe social media marketing or email marketing. That is the best practices. The best practices in text message marketing, there's actually two components. One is best practices from the wireless carriers and the CTIA, and essentially they can shut down your text messaging campaign if you violate those best practices. And the second is the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, TCPA as some people refer to it as. That is actually federal law, and that requires that you do a lot of different things correctly. And if you don't do it correctly, you can be sued from consumers for up to $1,500 per text message. So you have all these, you have best practices from the CTIA and the wireless carriers, then you have the TCPA, so it's law you gotta follow. The best practices and the laws are very complex, so it makes text message marketing complex. So that's something that holds, I think, text message marketing back from maybe smaller businesses or businesses that are maybe confused about the industry. This makes it more confusing. The second part of the complexity is that you have to, in the United States, use a SMS shortcode. A SMS shortcode is a 5 to 6 digit phone number that is essentially given to your brand by the wireless carriers that you use to send and receive text messages. Now, the problem with shortcodes are they are very complex to get and to maintain. So with shortcodes, you have to first figure out what you're doing on the shortcode. Then you have to submit a shortcode application to all the wireless carriers. They have to approve that shortcode application. And then once you get the shortcode, you have to host the shortcode on an SMS aggregator. As you can see, these things, it's very complex. It's not as easy as just signing up for email marketing or creating a Facebook fan page. So again, complexity, I think, is something that's holding text message marketing back. The third part, which includes the shortcodes and the compliance issues, is the cost of text messaging. So for text message marketing, there's a cost for the software, setup. There's even a per cost for sending text messages. So all those costs add up. So to start a text message marketing campaign, it's very costly. And then to actually run a text messaging campaign, you're paying per message. So those kind of things obviously hold marketers back because free things like Facebook or very cheap things like email marketing kind of usually come first because obviously they're free. And then as kind of marketing progresses, that's when they start looking into more of paid models or more expensive marketing channels. Even though I don't think text message marketing is expensive when it comes to the return on investment, it still is a big investment. And it has to be made usually upfront to purchase the shortcode, and to pay for the messages and the software and the setup. So it is a very costly endeavor. Now, that being said, if the CTIA, if the wireless carriers, if the TCPA said, nah, don't worry about it, don't follow any of the laws, we're not going to sue you, there's no issues anymore. And then if the carrier said, hey, shortcodes can be available to anyone and they're essentially free, and then if on the cost side they said text messages, don't worry about paying for those either. What would happen in the United States would be that there would be a huge push towards text message marketing. And when there's a big push and it's very cost efficient or free to do it, that means you would receive a lot of text message spam. And no one wants that. Because right now in the United States, with the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, with the fact that text messages cost money to send, and that short codes are very expensive as well, this prohibits text message spam in the United States. So if you removed all of those things, while text message marketing as an industry I think would grow extremely fast, I think consumers would grow extremely frustrated with text message marketing. And then what would happen is text message marketing has a 99% open rate right now. And the average, or 90% of text messages are open within 3 minutes. Those kind of statistics would severely drop the minute consumers start receiving text message spam. So then it becomes the industry would be bigger and brands would be interested in text message marketing, but the results and the metrics would drop significantly. So it's kind of a trade-off, I guess. I'm happy with the way it is right now. I think our clients get a huge return on investment, but there is an investment, there is time, put into it and capital. But I think really it's worth it in the end, and I think it protects consumers from annoying text message spam.